go into the worry mode. If the challenge level is still high and skill level is low, from worry he will turn into anxiety mode. Anxiety is really not very good. So, but if he improves in his skill levels, the anxiety level will convert into the arousal. In the arousal level, the student is getting some knowledge, but he is not able to absorb total things. So if he increases his skill levels a little high, then he will automatically enter into the flow model. So this is the challenge for the students. So now the challenge for the teachers is, see, the student should never be in the apathy model. They should not go into the boredom, because if the student gets bored, then it is very difficult to get back in flow model. So in boredom, the skill levels of the students are high, but teacher is not posing the right challenge so that the student is enjoying the experience. Sometimes students go into relaxation. Their skill level is too high and what is taught is very simple. That time the student is not getting the flow experience because he can do whatever the work given in a very short amount of time. And then he has nothing to do. The time is not well utilized. The use of time will become. Then the next model will be control. So getting all the student in class in flow model, looking at the student spectrum is really very difficult. So students should try to understand this problem of teachers as well. I have experienced in classrooms many times. So you will find that in any classroom, top 5 to 10% students, they acquire the skills very quickly. They go into control mode. So we sometimes give them very difficult exercise and try to keep them. But this is a difficult balance. If student, teacher plus educator together are able to understand the aspects and they are trying to incorporate, and student is proactively trying to go into the flow model, then for majority of the student, enjoyment in learning will be a realizable goal. I am taking a creative pause and I expect that every student should work on it very carefully. I every 6 months work on my own because I have this habit that I must have enjoyable learning experiences. Try recollecting some instances when you experienced flow. Introspect when you experience flow. Now, when I have experienced flow, that I have got listed in the last week, what 2, 3, 4 events I have, and then I'm trying to understand that what elements are in me that are helping me in getting that flow experience. Definitely, I can manage my studies so that I go more and more into the flow experiences. See, confusing struggle with pain. See, most of the time, it is found that especially parents confuse struggle with pain. If the student is put to hard work, it is sometimes difficult for them to understand. Wanting to protect the children from pain, the parents are trying to reduce the quality of the learning experiences. So it is important that the student should face the challenge. The struggle only gives the better learning experiences. See, when you are at the interface of a problem and its solution, you are having the proper learning experiences. It is very essential for you to see to it that you are always with some problem. Because if the solution is there, the challenge is not there, you cannot enter into the flow experience. So the student also can think how to come to this. See, this book that is written by Samuel Smiles, this is available in PDF on the internet because the copyright things are over. Every youth should be made to feel that his happiness, well-doing in life must necessarily, mainly rely on himself and the exercise of his own energies rather than upon the help of and patronage of others. If every person who is living in India is thinking this way, see, it is very easy for us to transform India within a very short span of time. Self-help is the best help. When challenged, children will find meaning in their accomplishment. Children enjoy the process of facing the problems and coming out with solutions. They learn this from the elders. Struggle, hardships and challenges are necessarily necessary component of an emotionally rich life. You look at any successful person, he has struggle, he has hardship, he had challenges, and he overcame challenges with the dint of his hard work. There are no easy shortcuts to happiness. One should take privilege in hardship, because without hardship, difficult things cannot be learned. Emotions largely differentiate. Emotions are indifferent to the material wealth. The emotional experiences a wealthy person is having and the emotional experiences that a poor person is having, they are in quality no different at all. See, if we are above average in the material wealth, we should be one of the happiest person on earth. So every student should learn this. We need to give ourselves the permission to be human. See, we can commit mistakes. Sometimes we will not be in the flow mode. So we must accept that we are not in the flow mode. Every time one thing happens, introspect and see to it that it is possible. We are human. So next time I will try it. So it is very essential to keep interest in education, that this permission. See, sometimes after 1 week the examination is there and you are going for a movie. So then enjoying movie is really not that bad experiences. Joy and pain are universal. Right? Ultimate currency, that is well-being, is a great equalizer. See, joy and pain are same for everybody, irrespective of the wealth he or she has. We have no reason to believe that the pain and joy of the poor is different quality than the quality of the rich. So they are having things. It is essential that one must do the creative process. See, it is very important to introspect ourselves and try to see that we are on the right path. Do you accept negative emotions as natural and do you reject them? See, sometimes jealousy will come. Somebody is getting more money, I am not getting that much of money for doing the same work. So it is very essential that we acknowledge. But that should not translate into action. If it translates into action, it is really very bad. This exercise is very important. So give yourself the permission to be human and learn that if by mistake you have done something wrong, then you will forgive yourself. Forgiving is the best quality. If you are forgiving your friend, why you should not forgive yourself? So it is very important that to go into the flow model. There is prejudice against work in the society. 12-year-old children already make a clear distinction between work and play. See, and this stays with most of us all through our life. See, going to school is work because father is saying that going to work is a difficult exercise. Automatically, the children learn that going to school is a difficult exercise. So it is essential that we should try to avoid to get this thing into the minds of the small children. Because once it comes to their mind, it will stay for a longer period. Perceiving schools as work prevents students from enjoying their educational experience. There is a society-wide prejudice against work. The people actually have more flow experiences at work than home. The scientific studies have shown that the enjoyment is more at work. We are not believing our perception, but we are trying to go by our cultural notions that going to work is difficult. See, limiting our potential. See, the perception is distorting the actual experiences. If we are having more flow experiences at work in school, and we are saying that going to school is not good experience, then somewhere we are not listening to our perception. It is very important that we listen to our perception dispassionately. When we are automatically and regularly evaluating the positive experiences of work negatively, then this is a learned response. It is essential that right evaluation of the experiences of perceived that we perceive is essential. We are severely limiting our potential for happiness when we do this. It is essential that positive emotions are evaluated properly. Work can and work ought to be a place in which we experience positive emotions. See, I spend minimum 8 hours a day at the workplace, and if I am not having positive experiences, see, it is problem with my lifespan. I may not be able to live my full life. I should be able to live my full life with enjoyment. For that, it is essential that I should enjoy education as well as work. Learning and performing better. See, if we consider education as privilege, See, everybody is not getting the chance to enter into the higher education. If in India, only 15% of the students are entering into the higher education, they should take their chance of entering into the higher education as a privilege. So it is very essential that we should learn this. And once we do this, we perform much better. Is it possible for you to learn your experience of college and work as privilege? Why not? Whenever I am going to the college, I am saying that, see, this is very good for me. I can learn this. So it is possible that, like learned pessimism, learned optimism also will help. So it is better in education and in work life, we should learn the optimism. What do you want to enjoy in this experience? At work, I get the company of my friends, that is relationship. And these friends help me when I am in difficulties. So I get support in my life. So this means well-being is a complex mixture of all the elements. One should revel in learning. Most of the time in schools, writing, reading and arithmetic is taught. Many times I play a song in class. So that is revelry. So of the drudgery of learning mathematical equation for 15-20 minutes, for 5-7 minutes we are listening a song, again we are continuing, the class will not be that boring. So I feel we should incorporate. So teachers should revel in learning. See, pursuing of well-being is essential. Many educators are more concerned with the score of the students than the education, than the well-being of the students. It is very essential that we should encourage the student to pursue happiness. We should encourage the students to enjoy the process of learning, the focus on activities that will generate ultimate currency, that is doing a small project with friends, acquiring some new knowledge from the friend so that you share your knowledge with each other. So this is what is very important. See, we need some comment-free period. When the student is safe and exercising proper restraint, he should be allowed to do his work even if it is imperfect. To experience the pain of failing and pleasure of learning is essential. The pride of success and vulnerability of independency. See, independent person definitely has got some risk. If you are alone, the risk is there. If you are negotiating that risk on your own, then your parents feel that, see, you can go in the wider world and you will be happy. See, it is many times required that the student should be allowed to work without any criticism and without praise. These are the times when he learns most, because now he is acquiring the qualities of self-actualizing, propelling himself into a good human being without the help of others. So I feel comment-free periods are very important. Hard work should be associated with fun and excitement. The experience of the student with growth mindset is radically different. Hard work is not only necessary, but it is fun and exciting. You will find that most of the lasting friendship, you will find they are done at the workplace. He enjoys the journey because rather than trying to prove himself constantly, the primary focus is on learning and developing. If one is trying to prove himself that I have got these abilities and that abilities, not only that person, but the people we are around will be unhappy with him. So it is essential that our primary focus should be on the learning, developing and realizing potential rather than proving ourselves. We must persist with our efforts. Persisting with efforts requires a lot of self-discipline and integrity. One must acquire that. The growth mindset is more persistent in his efforts and therefore more likely to succeed. There are students with fixed mindset as well. They are usually driven by the need to prove themselves and they are not enjoying the difficulty. It is my experience in the last 25 years that the students who want to prove themselves generally are not better enjoyers of the process of education. That is a really heavy burden to it. The gift we can give to the students and students can give to themselves is to love the challenges. If educators want to give their gift to the children, see, this gift should be to love the challenge, to be intrigued by the mistakes. If mistake is occurring, how we can avoid it? With comment-free period, the student can think that comment-free period is very essential. The student should enjoy effort and the educator should say to him that enjoy effort. They should encourage him to enjoy the effort and keep on learning. See, it is very important that the parents and teachers should ask the student so what they have learned from their friends. Once they are asking in this fashion, the pairing and sharing will grow. So this pairing, sharing together will enhance the learning experiences. And fun itself is enough reason for learning. See, in what ways they improved or prizes, the grades and received competition was like. See, competition, winning competition is one of the part, but that cannot be the legitimate reason. While you are working towards the competition, the fun that you get in the work, that itself is enough reason to persist with the efforts. Students have to understand that they don't have to be the best in everything, and just having the fun is a good reason, it is a legitimate reason to indulge into the activities. So, if they do not want to excel, if they do want to excel, if the student want to excel in any activity, the efforts are necessary. If you are persisting with the efforts with fun, then it is possible that we can persist for more time and finally come out with a win. It does not preclude the students from possibility from having fun in his or her work. This is the celebrated quote of a teacher, Marva Collins, who always tried to encourage the students whenever they are committing the mistake. It is very important that the love of learning, which is hardwired in every student, should be given chance to flourish. Young children are always asking questions. They are eager to find out more about the world. Educators who support children in the pursuit of the things that are important to them and who help the children to attain flow experiences cultivate the innate love of learning that will be very helpful for them in their life. And for that, it is essential that every student should become a lifelong learner. They can turn the education into a mesmerizing, beautiful adventure, lifelong pursuit of ultimate currency, and one part of it is education. The most successful people are lifelong learners. They constantly ask questions and never cease to explore the wonder-filled world around them. Create an education program for yourself so that you are becoming a lifelong learner. Hardship and education, they go together. Hardship can play an important role in our development. A struggle-free life is not always the best thing for us because whatever we really learn is in the struggle. Write about a difficult experience that you went through, a particular failure, a longer period during which you were struggling. So that will give you how hardships help you in learning. Lessons and benefits of the hardship. See, it is very important that we should learn whatever experience that you have written, what lessons were learned and what benefits you were acquired when you were going through that hardship. See, the profit in ultimate currency will definitely be there. I should be eventually derive that. Then only it is possible that I persist with the efforts. You introspect and try to write the answer to this question. Did it make you more resilient? That hardship make you more resilient? Did you learn important lesson? Are you more appreciative of certain things? Make the most of the difficulty? And it is possible that whatever experience that you have, difficult level will be changing. But most of the time, the new things that we learn are always associated with hardships. So in my opinion, if every hardship that is coming in my way, in my life, I am trying to turn into an optimal experiences, and I am able to turn 50% of the time, then also I am laying a very strong foundation for successful life. I wish every student, after listening to this lecture carefully and going through the exercises in the lecture, learns this, making hardship a privilege, and try to attain more and more flow experiences which are suited to his or her personality. That would be a great enjoyment for him or her. Thank you. I wish best luck for everybody.